All kinds of flame effects can be created in Photoshop. There's a super powerful filter that can be used to create flames, and of course you can then manipulate the frames as well. So let's just go through that. The key thing for this is that you need a work path, and you can create work paths in numerous ways. And I'm just going to go here with the lasso tool. Just going to create a selection so you can just quickly draw just any shape that you want, that you think, you know what, that would make a great flame shape. You could of course decide to go upwards, downwards, all kinds of different shapes. Once you've got that, go over here to the paths. You can find all the panels in the window menu. And with that, you can just go here to the right side menu and make work paths. That's what's needed for the flame render. So work path there and click OK. I'm just going to go with the defaults. Got this now, this work path. I can now go to filter and then down to render and flame. Now you don't have to have a black background. You could have any color background. You could have images. You could use this with type. You could use it with all kinds of different things. I'm just going with a black background. So flame, and it always comes up this error. It's a weird one. It's been there since the earliest version of Flame. So click OK. I don't know why they bother, why they haven't removed it. But you've got lots and lots of options. You can also set up presets if you want as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with this one, multiple flames along path. There's quite a few options. You could choose numerous ones, and you can change things like the length, you can change the width, so you can reduce it down, something like that. Or you can change the interval, and you can see as you do that, you get more intense flame there, make it reduce it, so something like that. Now, the image here doesn't always match the end result you get. So you might want to just experiment and then find when you actually click OK, the result isn't exactly the same. There's also an advanced and lots of other options available for flame lines, complexity, opacity, etc. Maybe if you push it up too far, you get that. If you push it down a bit lower, I think it's a more realistic flame design. And click OK. There's also flame styles and much, much more to use. Okay, once you've got one, you've got something like this. And what you can then do is, of course, you can then manipulate the flame. So I'm just going to quickly go and over here to filter and go down to Liquify. So Liquify, and with that you come in here. I'm going to use this one, always use this one, the forward warp tool. There's other tools of course, but this one is the first one, and I generally select it. And you can see I've got pin edges on, also show image. You don't have to have that, you can just turn that off and modify all the other settings, and there's numerous other show backdrop and so on. So that's something you might prefer that. I think sometimes it's a bit confusing if you've got backdrop there set. So just apply it like this, and you of course can stretch the flame in particular parts, maybe make it like more flame-like, and you can just change the pressure. So sort of swifter movement there, maybe go up like that, and drag this down, and so on. You can literally create infinite variations of your flame shape. It doesn't have to be exactly. And you've also got this as well, which I think is quite nice, to bloat one, so you can just sort of bloat it a bit, particular areas, so you can get certain parts that become slightly bigger. If you've got any thoughts or questions about the flame effect, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you like the channel, please click the like, and also please subscribe to the channel. Always adding new tutorials all the time. So now back to the video. Okay, then click OK, and then you've got that. Of course, what you can also do is you can apply it again. You've still got this work path. You can always deselect if you want, but you can select it again over here by just selecting it here. But also, once you've got it selected, you can go over here to edit and transform path. So you can just modify it. So you don't have to go exactly with what you've got there. You could also move, of course, the points as well. You could modify the points. So I'm just going to go transform path. I'm going to go with, say, distort. So distort, and then you can see I can just distort it a bit, modify it there, or I could go with warp. That's another option as well. And you can see I've got a slightly different, and then I can always go to filter again, and again apply flame. Now another option, of course, I could apply it again and again and again, build up quite a complex design on a single layer. It's not always the best solution, of course, because If you put it on layers, you got that. Now, of course, it's blended in to the original one. But what you can do, well, actually saying that, you could actually apply flame there again, or you could do fade flame. That's always that option as well. You can see you could use blends as well. They're obviously dark there. You can manipulate it a bit there. But personally, I find that the option normal is fine, and click OK. But it's there if you want to fade it slightly. But what you can do is go to Layer and New and Layer. Click OK. Now you've got this. You can now go and apply again, filter, and I'm just going to apply exactly the same. So this one, flame, that just repeats the flame. And you could apply it obviously multiple times if you want. So it just generates it again. Now this time though, it's on a layer. And being on a layer, you can go to the move tool and hopefully it will move it. Sometimes weirdly it turns it into a selection for some weird reason. I've noticed a few times, especially when you combine it with pass for some odd reason. Just seems to get in its mind that you want a selection. And you can see now with this, you can get a tangle of flames. You can create all kinds of flame designs using this approach. And of course you could zoom it out like that and make it really intense, very big flames like that, which perhaps you wouldn't have achieved using just the path, of course. So you've got this design and press return. And you can repeat that, of course. Once you've got that, you can then manipulate it again with things like Liquify, and I'm just going to bring Liquify again, and Liquify is applied there, but also you can go to Filter and Liquify and just go with this again. You can see now, let's just go back to this one, and you can then manipulate it further, maybe drag it upwards, create all kinds of sort of upward flame-like designs using this approach, and then click OK. Literally infinite amount of designs. Again, you can always duplicate this again, hold down the Alt or Option key, or maybe Command or Control J is another option to create even more intense flames like that. And as you do that, you can build them up and create additional layers and different effects, etc. applied to that design. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments.